So I will first of all start on the outside of my classroom. I have a welcome sign and then also greetings for students so that they can read the greetings as they walk in and just kind of see, okay, we're starting Spanish class. And then as we go in, the first thing that they'll see is a board that's dedicated to just tips on how to be a successful language learner. We use this to talk about how to participate in class a lot and things like that. This is my expectations poster that I have. It's usually right there on the board, but I had to take it down yesterday to have room. So these are my expectations, and we kind of have connected the active participant part of this to also the successful language learner. If we look over here, I've got just some decorations, and then as they walk out, they see some things that are saying goodbye to them. Right here, a place that's easy for them to see, but hard with the glare. I have questions that they have to ask me in Spanish. So if they need to use the restroom, they have to ask me in Spanish and say, "Puedo usar el baño?" They're in a space so that it's easy for them to see so that they can do that. If we walk right over here, I have folders and sticks for all my classes. I have 12 classes because they have A and B day, and I have 232 students, so the name tags that they made are absolutely crucial for me. If we go over here, I try to do a lot of things where they're working with partners and drawing and things because I know that that connects learning. So each pod has their own set of colored pencils, markers, scissors, glue. Right here is where I'm going to store papers and things that I have. I don't have that many yet, but there are some in there. Right here, this is my homey corner of the room. It's got a homey feel to it. I like it. It has some of my favorite things from home. I love the rug. I just like having a space where it feels homey in here and not so officey. But if you open this is the spot where I tell them if they finish something early, they can come read these books. They're classic ones that they know in English. So I think it's a good thing for them to do when they finish something because it's kind of interesting to see it in Spanish and English. Got my Spanish dictionaries. If we go to this corner, this is something that I did with the 8th graders last week. I had them do some research about theories that help language learning because I wanted them to understand why I was doing the things that I was doing. So some of them turned out really great. I really like it. I've got my Spanish alphabet, the typical Spanish things. My desk, I have to say, there's nothing that interesting about my desk besides this that Hannah Shaw made me, which thank you, Hannah. But this has just kind of my organization things on it. I have my clipboards so that when my students come in, I can easily look at them and take attendance. I have my speaking points right here in my purse that I give students their little pesos. My filing cabinet, not interesting. Over here, I've got my word of the week, which we talk about. We refresh it almost every day. I've got the date written out in Spanish, schedule, and then right here is where I have my agenda. So each grade can kind of see what they're doing for the day. The thing that I'm working on adding is I want to add a spot for objectives so that instead of just saying what we're doing, it'll say our learning outcomes. I didn't really think of that at first. Right here, I've got a word wall for words that they don't know but are really fun to use, so they can use like lo que sea, whatever, no me importa, da igual. I just think like no lo creo. I think these are fun things for them to know. So, and I try to work these in with them and use them and reference them. I've got the phone chart, super handy. This is where I put my absent work so that it's easy for them to get. This is kind of a hot mess right now, but it is where I put the papers that I've got. Got the classroom expectations for the whole school. And then last but not least, I've got my question words up here, which I have to reference all the time when I'm asking them questions, so they're really helpful for me. So that is basically my classroom, and then I've got the desks and pods so that we can do some cooperative learning.